morning. It's a little bit rainy today. It's the day of the big bring your own big wheel race at the top of Potrero Hill. So I thought I should go up here and maybe check it out and see what the situation is. I haven't been to the giant big wheel race in a few years. I think it's become a much bigger event since then. So I figured I'd go up and scout out the location and see if I can position myself to get you guys some good views of the big wheel race. I'm pretty sure it's still gonna happen, but it's raining a little bit now. But it's supposed to clear up. We're driving over Potrero Hill, and I'm heading up to, wow, the city looks awesome. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you what the city looks like right now. No, not good enough yet. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna drive over to Vermont Street. Vermont Street is the really crooked street that the big wheel race is gonna be on today. And I'm gonna go down that crooked street if it's open. And I'm gonna just look for where I might be able to position myself to get a good view. I'm thinking it's gonna be super crazy crowded. So I think I should probably go grab a selfie stick as well. So in the worst case scenario, I can rise up above the crowd so you guys can see the race. The races. I think there's kids races, and I think then there's big kid races, which in this town basically means people in their 20s and 30s. You don't really become an adult in San Francisco until you're in your 40s. So it'll be a bunch of 20s and 30-year-olds racing down a crooked street in big wheels. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone today? Wow, I see some of my West Coast friends. I see Steve is here, which means he's up early at the crack of dawn as well. Hope everyone's doing well. I see Dusense. How are you? And I'm sure I see some other ones as well that we talk to a lot. I'm just sorry because I'm driving right now. I can't spend all of my attention looking at the bouncy heads. That's right now we're driving looking west. Those are Twin Peaks over there. Maybe I could show you Twin Peaks. That would be fascinating. This is actually a community garden. Everything's dark. Doesn't really matter. This is my community garden. I have a plot there. All right, we're approaching the location of the big wheel race, which is down the crookedest street in San Francisco. It's called Vermont Street. It's on Potrero Hill. Potrero Hill's on the south side of San Francisco, often called the sunny side of San Francisco. So this is the, can you see the playground? Probably not. There's a playground, a park over here. I'm not seeing any evidence of any big wheel race yet, so we're good, we're early. So I'm gonna take you down the curvy street real quick. This is the super curvy street that the big wheel race is gonna be on. Hello, Holland. Here we go. It's gonna be going down here. See, those stairs might be an interesting place because I can capture the beginning of the race. That tree, maybe. It looks like there's going to be a lot of secret. Like you could probably stick yourself in a nook or cranny over here and be all right. Very crooked street here, as you can see. It looks like there's lots, so down here would be cool because then you could kind of capture the end of the race. Standing on that wall would be cool. There's a lot of spots. I think it's going to be okay. I think there's going to be lots of places that I'll be able to sneak into and show you guys a pretty interesting view of the race. And then I got a bunch of my friends are having a picnic. So I'm bringing the kids up. It's a really cool event because it's like kids and big kids and adult and hipsters and grown-ups all hanging out together. I need a crash cam looking. Okay, good point. Point well taken. Thank you for that advice. 2 cents, one. Yeah, think in terms of crash cam. Alright. So, now it would be really crazy if we went up backwards on that street. But I'm not going to. It's a one-way street. Let me see if I can give you guys a quick view of the city, because it looked pretty awesome this morning, a second ago. You can see the clouds in the sky. There's a little bit of drizzle in the air. It should clear up by race time, is what they're saying. If not, you know, we'll go to Toys R Us and I'll have the kids race around in a big wheel in Toys R Us. Now, there will be a big wheel race today. There will be. Even if I have to put mattresses down my steps. Just do it, Zachy. It'll be cool. Go, take your big wheel. Let's camp out here for a second. I'm gonna get you guys the telescopic going for a minute. Let's take a look at the city. No, that's not a great view. Too much houses. It's a great view from here, but the second you try to like maybe from sorry, this is very unprofessional. I apologize. Anyway, that looks cool, driving down. Happy Easter! Happy Easter, Richard. Thank you. Happy Easter to you. Happy Easter, everyone. It's good to see all these Twitter eggs on Easter. Is Cheryl Lee here? She wanted me to drive to downtown San Francisco. I would be happy to do that for her right now. This is where we perched out yesterday for our morning view of the city. See if I can get a little higher on Potrero Hill. Happy Easter, everyone. Out of shine, sea to shine. It's time to get a little. I do love the Grateful Dead, but let's get a little mood music going. Wow. So I feel good about that scouting. There's plenty of locations. I feel good about that. I was a little nervous that like maybe I'd get there and it'd be impossible to get you guys a good view, but I think it's gonna be okay. Wow, the sun coming up against the buildings looks crazy cool. I gotta find a good spot to show you that. Hold on. There's just so much buildings everywhere. We started to say, well, Jeffrey and I are committed to presenting the world through our phones. Excuse me, I'm sneezing. All right, just gonna be good. No, I can't find a good spot. See, I should have been scouting where to park the car to show you the city. That's what I should have been scouting. I think maybe this way. We gotta go down, but then we get to go back up. Can someone, if someone's switching back and forth between me and Jeff, can someone say good morning from David? Should I take a selfie, screenshot? Then, you know what would be cool also? If you could send people that are broadcasters pictures while you're streaming. That would be a lot for a little screen. know a cool place. Let's see how this works. Thanks, Kevin. Wow, I never noticed, pardon me, how much all the construction over here and the buildings have changed the view. You used to be able to get a nice view of the city from even down on the bottom part of the hill, but you just can't anymore. Well, let's go to a hip coffee shop at least and get a cup of coffee. Looks like the rain's slowing down. How's everyone this morning? Good morning, happy Easter. I woke up this morning and I saw that there was a lot of interest in the bring your own big wheel race today that they're having up at Charles Hill. So I said, hey, I better go up there and make sure that I can get a good view for everybody. So I hopped in the car and I drove up there. We drove down Vermont Street. And it was a little rainy this morning, but it's cool now. And we're driving down 7th Street, which will take us to downtown San Francisco. And we're gonna get a nice coffee somewhere. But it looks like it's gonna be fine with the big wheel race. For the big wheel race day, I think it starts about 3:30, 4 o'clock out here on the West Coast. My friend Matt's having a picnic up there, so there'll be some fun people to hang out with. And we'll have a good old time. My kids will be there, other kids, it's gonna be bedlam. I'm very excited. I haven't been there in a while. Pardon me. The last time I went to the big wheel race, it was a tiny event. Probably like 100 people were there. And then we just stumbled on it and was like, oh, cool. That's awesome, guys. Have an awesome day riding your big wheels down a hill. And now, like, I guess about 6 years later, it's kind of a thing. This is the view I wanted to try to get. You can see the city over there. Not really. Bamaruski. Hi, Miss Mary. How are you? Pardon me in my throat. Everyone in this city is a little bit sick right now. Good morning. Driving to downtown San Francisco. I just scouted out the location for the big wheel race, Mary. It looks like it's going to be good. I think I'll be able to get some good views. And there's lots of spots for me to sneak in there and hold my camera up over my head and get some good shots of the big wheels coming down the crooked street. But I felt like I should go out there and check it out and try to deliver some good TV today. I like the idea. I love that. I have to say, I do love that. One thing I love about Meerkat is this idea that, like, people are, like, subscribing to something I'm going to broadcast, and that I have to, like, go make sure I do a good job. I actually totally love that. That's, like, an awesome feeling for me. Something about having an objective. It does look funny. I haven't been to the big wheel race in a bunch of years. Last time I was there, it was more just like, last time I was there, it seemed like it was close to the point where a bunch of guys maybe had too much to drink, and, you know, guys and girls, and they were like, what can we do with my nephew's big wheel? That's about last time I was there. Like most San Francisco events, people are probably going to be dressed up in crazy ways. This guy trying to get in my lane, or hi. So we're approaching downtown San Francisco. Hello. Any beauty monuments? Is that what that says? I'm sorry. I'll have to look. I'll look at a red light and see your comment. I'm sorry. I'm driving down 7th Street in San Francisco. We're almost to Market Street. Market Street is the center of town. The big building you see on your left is the new Federal Building. It's not so new anymore, but it's still kind of new. It was an important building because it really set off this whole side of town, and a lot of the new buildings built over here. Before they built this Federal Building here, this was a pretty yucky side of town. All right, let's go down Market Street. Market Street's always cool. I wish Cheryl Lee was here. Maybe someone wants to tweet to Cheryl Lee because she asked me if I could show her mom downtown San Francisco today, and I'm doing it right now. This is we're listening to how long I've lived in San Francisco, about 15 years. Something could be dangerous, yes. Any beauty monuments? Beauty monuments meaning pretty monuments or beautiful people that look like they should be monuments. I don't know. I mean, pretty much the whole city feels like a beauty monument. We're driving down Market Street. Market Street is the... Oh, look, Annie's playing. The Tony Award-winning Annie's playing at the theater over here. We're close to the Tenderloin. Tenderloin's to the left up that street. The city's just starting to wake up right now. You're starting to see people coming to Market Street. You're seeing a few more cars. It's getting a little lighter. I think I need to make a right here, unfortunately. Cars cannot go straight down Market Street. But we'll do something awesome. Have faith, my friends. Have faith. Let's go down this alley. That's a trick in San Francisco. You definitely need to kind of know where you're going, but there's a lot of one-way streets. But if you kind of are willing to take alleys, you'll be all right. It's a good way to avoid getting stuck in one ways that you didn't want to get stuck on. Here's the Mint building up ahead. It's the home of Product Hunt. Not the whole building, but most of it, I think. No, I'm just kidding. This is a cool little... Oh, this is a great coffee shop. Is it open yet? This is the original sort of San Francisco Blue Bottle coffee location. I wonder if they're open. I'd love to get a Blue Bottle coffee right now. Let's see. Right there. It looks like it could be open. Looks like they're setting up. Hey man, what time you guys open? Not 6:44? Nothing. 15 minutes. Maybe we'll have to come back. Could park and walk around. That's a cool idea, maybe. I do think the Mint building's super cool. Mint Plaza. Yeah. There's a beauty monument of a puppy. Now we're driving down Mission Street, which is one street south of Market Street. This also goes right down to the Embarcadero. That is a cool visual to me. City's just starting to wake up. Mm. Oh my gosh, I just had a killer idea. Let's see if I can pull it off. What if we went to Treasure Island right now and I showed you the city views from Treasure Island? That is crazy. How would I get to Treasure Island the fastest way? Well, you have to get on the Bay Bridge. I think I could do that. I think I can go to First Street. Okay, let's give that a shot. The cool thing about Treasure Island, one of the cool things about Treasure Island is it has the best views of San Francisco coastline, shoreline, the best. Nothing comes close. The only bad thing about Treasure Island is if you don't have a car, it's really annoying to try to get there and get back. If you have a car, it's no big deal. Hop on the bridge, you get off halfway across the bridge, boom, you're in Treasure Island. As a matter of fact, one of the things I do if I go to the local car wash where you do it yourself, my sort of drive is drive to Treasure Island and drive back to dry off the car. What my friend's dad used to call the freeway drive. I mean the freeway dry, not drive. So we're on Market Street, we're on Mission Street, we're at New Montgomery. This is approximately, where we are right now, is approximately the original coastline of San Francisco. Everything that is east of here, such as after I cross this intersection, is primarily landfill. We're about to start driving over landfill. Landfill that is built on top of 50 years of people coming into the bay with boats and just leaving them here and running to the gold mines. So most of San Francisco's shoreline here, landfill. Like many American cities and maybe global cities. This is sort of like, this block has become our concrete canyon, or glass canyon. To get onto the Bay Bridge, I have to make a turn on First Street. Some beautiful new buildings here. This is almost all new stuff. This city has been transformed with towers in the last 10 or 15 years. To me, it's starting to look more and more like an Asian, like Hong Kong or Taipei, or you can really start to see it starting to take shape over here. We're about a couple blocks away from the Bay Bridge. Then we'll hop on the Bay Bridge for half of the way. Get off at Treasure Island, and then I'm going to hopefully be able to show you guys some really amazing views of San Francisco's shoreline. Happy Easter, everyone. We're driving over this Oakland-San Francisco Bay Bridge. We're only going halfway, and we're going to come down on Treasure Island. And then, with any luck, we'll have some amazing views of the city. As the sun slowly comes up in the East Bay, you can kind of see the East Bay over there, kind of see the sun. This is some inside Bay Area stuff right now. The casual visitor to San Francisco doesn't typically know how to or why to go to Treasure Island. This is what you guys get because you have a buddy here. This is the special buddy tour. On Easter, this is my Easter egg to you guys.
Electric area. Electric area.
See halfway across the bridge, as soon as you hit Yerba Buena Island, get off. How you like that? Secret exit. I like this beat and all, but man, everyone seems to use this beat. It's a little bit like shaking your head. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, family, we have arrived at Treasure Island. Truly the place to get the greatest views of the bay. I'm gonna, it looks ridiculously awesome. I cannot wait to park this car and show you guys. This is probably the moment to tweet out something if you want to. Because in about 2 minutes we're going to be parked and I'm going to bust out the telescopic and we are going to be seeing some stuff. Wow, is that a good place to see? Nah, I know where to go. That might be a good place. I might go back up there. We'll see. Here's Treasure Island. I'm so sorry if you guys are commenting and stuff. First of all, I did not have the comments scroll down, so I haven't seen them. And second of all, I'm driving a car, so I apologize. I'm doing the best I can. Whoa-ly, 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 whoa-ly. Wait till you guys get a view of this. Telescopic in my pocket. We're gonna rock it. I wonder if I could just stay in the car and listen to music and check this out. Let's try it. Telescopic going on, folks. 1 second, please. Here's my telescopic. Sorry, I'm going to get us in a good position. Look at that. I'm going to slowly scan around. Here we go. Here comes the scan. Ready? Feel free to grab screenshots and tweet them to me. I love seeing it. All right. I feel like I'm going to have to leave the car to get you guys a better view here. Hang on. Yeah, we got to leave this car. Hold on, folks. I'm sorry. We're going out. First of all, there's no way I could show you this from that side. And I'm sorry for the shakiness. This is the new bridge from Yerba Buena Island / Treasure Island. The sun coming up. I got the lens at Amazon. I want to take it off for a second because I just want to give you guys a nice view of that entire thing. That's the new Bay Bridge. That's the East Bay. Here's Yerba Buena Island. This is an old U.S. Naval station, and that building you see was the old Pan Am terminal for their planes that landed in the water over here and took you to Asia. We're on Treasure Island in San Francisco. And as we get over here, we're looking towards the Golden Gate. There's the Golden Gate Bridge in the distance. Don't worry, I'll scan back around with the telescopic on. Approaching San Francisco. You can see the cruise ship. If you go on my bike rides, that's near the cruise terminal that we go to a lot. And here we go. San Francisco skyline from Treasure Island. Alright, let me go try to get a little bit closer here. Give you guys the view that I really want to give you. A little bit of a graffiti on the rocks, but not bad. Okay, telescopic's going back in. Basically, there's a line of cars here that you can hear EDM playing through their windows, and they're staring out at the same thing we are. Sorry, guys. Okay, telescopic in. I have the mount. Let's do a scan around. That is the Bay Bridge. San Francisco Bay Bridge. Past that Bay Bridge is where I live. Right under there. Right under there. Let's see if we can see where I live. It's kind of hard. Okay, let's take a look at the city. Sorry, hold on 1 second, please. It's hard to get the right angle exactly. Look away from your screens for a second. It's going to get bumpy. I'm adjusting this guy. Let's see. Wide side cam more view. I could do it for a second. People really seem to hate that because it messes up everything, but I'll do it for a second. There's the Transamerica building. Bank of America building. Embarcaderos. Ferry building. Downtown. Los Angeles is more spread out. The weather's probably overall nicer in Los Angeles, although the weather here is pretty amazing. Okay, let's take a look at Alcatraz, the rock. That's the rock. Let's see if I can mount this on my car. It might be better. Hang on, guys. Sorry. That one didn't work. I'm having technical issues today. I gotta be careful today. When I start a day like this and I can't make anything work, I know that there's gonna be enemies abound. But if I'm just patient, I take my time, and I think about what I'm doing, and relax, everything will come together. I hope. There's a nice clear view of the ferry building, the bay in front of it. Just a little bit of downtown. We just put it a little bit lower so that the bobbleheads are not in our way. This is the view of San Francisco skyline from Treasure Island. Treasure Island is an island in the middle of the San Francisco Bay. Oh wow, there's some crazy looking birds flying around here. You see that crazy? I see this. I don't know what that bird is called, but it's got like a giant beak. Just smashed into the water. I want to say pelican. Check him out. Where are you, buddy? There you are. He's fast. Temperature is in the 50s maybe. It's a little chilly. I want to go. You want me to go sideways for a second? I'm just going to go sideways for 1 second for a better view, for a longer view. And I'll scan through one time sideways. Golden Gate. So we'll start at Alcatraz. Alcatraz. I'm just going to do this one time because people ask for it. Golden Gate Bridge. Albatross. North Beach. Cruise ship. San Francisco downtown view. Ferry building. Bay Bridge. I feel like a Wilco song. Wilco's pretty trippy, so I hope I'm not giving you problems. Golden Gate Bridge. Alcatraz. We're in Treasure Island. Sunrise in the east. Other side of the bridge. Yerba Buena Island. Oh, I love soup too, Beastie. All right. So we've done our job here, huh? A couple more minutes, just log in over here. See what we get. Thing just keeps falling down. Yeah, for sure. Definitely a beautiful place. Thank you, Ron. Ron, are you in Baltimore? Do I remember that correctly? Yeah, I enjoy waking up like this too, so the feeling's mutual, my friend. The feeling's mutual. That's the new part of town where they're building everything now. You can see it's bigger than the old part. New part? Old part. really old part by our standards. Super new for Europeans. Cruise ship. Golden Gate Bridge. Some people do live on Treasure Island. It's an old military base, and there is still some residents, not military residents, but city, and they're planning to build a lot more here, thousands of more units. Alcatraz. Cool. Hey Ron, I grew up in pardon me, I grew up in Baltimore. We're living opposite lives. Something just did a splashdown. Just people. They're kind of inexpensive apartments, but it's really difficult to get to and own an out unless you have a car. It's so cold this morning, my hands are actually cold. So it must be in the 50s, I would say. Alright, let's head into the car. That was pretty awesome. Thanks, guys. Delivered value on the David Grossblatt Streamcast. DM Grossblatt Streamcast. Now let's see if I can rearrange this stand so that it's legitimately showing you something interesting on our ride home. I hear you, Mary. I'm sorry. Hey, we're back in the car. It's warming up. It's all relative, Mare. You gotta remember, we have clothes for people that live in 50-degree weathers. So, we don't have clothes for like 30, 20. It's all relative. I'm gonna stay outside the window for a minute. Let you guys share too. Okay. Whew. Hi, Germany. Yeah, let's chill out for a second. Let's say hello, everyone. Let me go back through here and see what I missed. Let's see here. Wow. Thank you, NL Meerkat. Thank you, Keith. How are you, Keith? Nice to see you. Hi, Steve. Nice to see you. Hi, R. Boaz. Nice to see you. Hello, Holland. Welcome to San Francisco this morning. Do sense we shared a couple words. Thank you. Sorry, PD Gaffer, that your car's sick. The good news is you can always look away from your phone. And do sense I will look for a crash cam location. Hopefully I won't be the one crashing. And Kevin, happy Easter. Thank you, Galito Mitch. Very awesome. And yes, I know you said that me and Jeff were on at the same time. That's killer. Thank you for letting him know that. I said hello. And thank you for telling me he said hello as well. Miss Meredith, how are you? How are you? How are you? Roddy Gonzalez. Any beauty monuments? I could make the case that what we just saw was pretty much one giant awesome monument to San Francisco love. So I'll say yes. I've lived in San Francisco about 15 to 20 years. It's in that range. Well, in Northern California, I bounced around right outside of San Francisco for the first 5 or 6 years. I lived in Oakland. I moved to Sacramento for a few years, but I've been in San Francisco proper for about 10 years now, I think. 15 years. No. I think 10 years. We were listening to EDM on Sirius. Hi, I'm Matt78. Thank you for the like and the retweet. That's super sweet of you. And hi, Roddy Gonzalez. Thank you as well for the likes. And Kevin, of course, thank you. And Maloney Hedges, thank you for liking. If yes, you know something, Matt, I can go to Pier 39. I do go there often. I ride my bike there a lot. Depending on what time it is, maybe we can swing by there real quick now. I just need to be home at a reasonable time so that my family doesn't get mad at me. Hi, pardon me. Hi, X-eyed cat. How are you? Put on 94.9. Hi, Kenilola. How are you? Thank you for the like. Kleinola. Hi, Shoals. Thank you. Thank you, Roddy Gonzalez. Hi, Media Beak. Thank you for the like. I got this lens through Amazon. It was like 20 bucks. And yes, Ron, thank you. It is so pretty. And Media Beak, thank you for retweeting. And Qatar I Dream. I hope you were able. I hope you were able to see it when I did put the camera sideways. And F Hertz, thank you for the like. And I want to get this. Your name right, Nikki, because I see you a lot, and I'm very thankful for all the wonderful stuff you do. And I want to just take a minute and figure this out. Nikki Min Flower 0709. Nikki Minnesota Flower, maybe. I don't know. Maybe a little bit more information would be awesome. Hi, Nikki Min Flower 0709. Thank you for the like, and thank you for all the participation you do in the community. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for retweeting. More view on side cam. Maybe that was before I did it. Let's just pretend it was. Lisa Kirby 12, thank you for retweeting. Maloney Hedges, what's it like to live there versus Los Angeles? I did see that. I commented it for a second. Los Angeles is warmer. It's more of a beach community, more of a beachy place. It's also heavy entertainment. San Francisco is more heavy tech. It's cooler here. It's more of this has more of a sort of, I think, European vibe, that they say, and maybe more of an Asia vibe, although there's a very strong Asia vibe in Los Angeles. The good news is we're taking a road trip to Los Angeles. Oh, did you see the ferry building lights just went out, huh? We're taking a road trip to Los Angeles next month, and my wife is very interested in having us meerkat it, so it looks like I'll be taking the crew to Los Angeles. Taking you guys to Los Angeles with us. Happy Easter. Yes, happy Easter to you, Nikki, and thank you for wishing everyone a happy Easter. Okay, and now I see now that you probably haven't been listening to all this nice talk I've been saying about you, Nikki. That's fine. Maybe your ears are burning. That'd be great. Cooney TK, thank you for the like. Anokberg, thank you for the like. Oh, thanks, buddy. Thank you, Malone Hedges. Hope your ears are burning right now as we're talking about you. Hi, Mark Schaefer. How are you? I recognize that. And thank you for liking and retweeting. The temperature is probably in the lower 50s because I was so cold I had to get back in the car. I believe that was a pelican, Miss Meredith. I think it was. Hi, Sailor. Thank you for liking. It could have been an albatross, but if it was an albatross, I wouldn't even know because I don't know what an albatross looks like. Let me see if I can move this camera over just a touch so you guys can see the Transamerica building now that the lights are off at the hold on, folks. I'm sorry. You know what the thing to do is? The thing to do is not to move the camera. The thing is to just readjust the car. So that's what I'm going to do. Hang on 1 second, please. Un momento. It feels like a Wilco song, and then you said the name of the Wilco song, and I'm sorry because I can't read that comment. You missed it. I'm not sure what we missed, Ron, but I hope everything's good. JB16, I could not agree with you more. I love soup. When you're in San Francisco, the soups that I suggest you try are, if you are a meat eater, if you're like seafood, clam chowder. Everyone loves the clam chowder here. There we are. Thank you, Mark Mandel. Thank you for liking.
These are the BPM Beats of the Week.
And I agree, it's probably an unbelievable place to compose a song. And thank you for the retweet, Mark. And thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron. Good morning. Do people, yes, and people do live on Treasure Island? Thank you for the question, W00. Yes, Ron, I don't think it ever gets out of your heart, does it? Like you're like the song, huh? Left your heart in San Francisco. Hi, Mike Cronenberg. So people that live on Treasure Island are just regular old folks who were able to secure an apartment here. You can get apartments here. They're a little difficult to get, I think, because they're inexpensive and in demand. But people do get them, and if you really want one, you can get one. I wouldn't want to live on Treasure Island. It's just a little bit too in the middle of stuff. It's too hard to get to places. You want to live in a place where 50 degrees is cold. I know, Mary. Soon. You'll be gun school soon. Then you'll have your choice. Very cool to see. Thanks, man. Thank you, Ron. Hi, Germany. It's the same temperature in Virginia, huh? Yeah, you know what's weird? The extremes in San Francisco are not that great. There's 50 degrees on the cold side, 80 degrees on the warm side. But a lot of times during the year, the weather is the same here as it is in other parts of the country. Hi, Norway. Hi, Lisa Kirby 12. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Chuck, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you for the like and the retweet. Chuck L47. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Ron. Awesome sauce. I love that line as well. Hi, Lisa Dixon. Thank you for liking. Oh, that would be awesome, Chuck. I'd love to hang out when I'm there. We should do a meetup. That would be amazing. All right, folks. I'm going to drive now. Thank you, Mary. Have a good day and Merry Easter. Happy Easter. All right, folks. I thoroughly enjoyed that part. Thank you. I'm gonna leave the I'll leave the telescopic on for a second. We'll just see if it's too ridiculous. Back to normal view. Heading back to the city. We'll be back in that city in a second. 7:19. I think it's still pretty early if you guys want to go drive around a little bit. Someone wanted to see Pier 39. I won't be able to get out of the car to go to Pier 39, but we can certainly drive by it. And then I need to get a cup of coffee. And maybe we'll take one more trip down the really crooked street where they're going to have the race today, just to make sure that it's all good. A little bit of rain still coming down. This is when you get on the bridge here, this is crazy. You have to come to a complete stop, and then you have to like jam it. It's like really? Like that's really what you want us to do? Like a drag race? Okay, I'll do it. Fine. Let's see. I don't think it helps if I show you the back behind view, but I would, because you can't see through the car. But here, so here's the stop sign. You gotta look at your side view mirror, and you gotta punch it. We made it. I'm sorry, I can't read any comments while I'm on the bridge. It could easily result in my death, so I'm just gonna chill and we can take a look at comments when we get to the city. This is always a magical moment when you drive over the Bay Bridge into San Francisco. It's just is like, yes. So what I'll do is I'll drive downtown, we'll drive over to Pier 39, and then I'm gonna have to come back home. I'll grab a coffee, maybe we'll go Vermont Street one more time just to make sure, see how they're setting up, and then I'm gonna head home. And I bid you guys a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, happy Monday morning, Happy Sunday afternoon, happy Sunday morning. Happy Easter. Yeah, I'm just watching like you guys are right now. Crazy how much this has changed in 10 years. Yeah, can film to the front to see the bridge. Sorry, I don't understand. Oh, maybe you mean come this way so you can see the bridge? I don't know.
Instagram, reach out, follow, and like.
Yeah, I'm gonna change the angle. Hold on. Just need to get to a stop sign.
Leave me tonight, dear. I know I gotta run away. Trying to keep it cool, but I can't keep cool about it. Acting like a fool, wanna scream it from the roof. I'm trying to keep it cool, but I can't keep cool about it.
Oh, wonderful. I'm so happy you made your day better. Thank you. This city can rub on you like that. And wow. Thank you, Ben RBN. We might meet Ben today at the... I understand Ben's going to be at the big wheel race. Maybe we'll meet him today. I'll be looking for other people meerkatting. Where are we going? We are going to show Fisherman's Wharf, Pier 39 and Fisherman's Wharf. And then we're going to go back to where we were on Patrol Hill. And then I'm going to try to get a cup of coffee and then we're going to go home. Because I've probably been doing this too long already and my family might be waking up like, where the heck is Dad? Oh, Dad's driving around the city talking to his phone. Biscuit at Mickey D's. Seriously. I'd go for that.
are the BPM Beats of the Week. Number 12.
All right, now we're gonna see the shoreline from here. It's like how the sausage is made. Okay, we're gonna drive along the Embarcadero to Pier 39. There we go. Yeah, the city's still waking up. This is gonna be mobbed today, I'm sure. There'll be people as far as you can see. It's medium data heavy. Medium data heavy. It's reasonable, but if you don't have a giant data plan or unlimited dating plan, you can't do this all the time. It costs you a fortune. But if you have a decent sized data plan, you'll be okay. I have a pretty big data plan because my kids like to watch YouTube anyway all day, wherever we are, and I like them to watch YouTube so they leave me alone. So I have a pretty big data plan already. But now I'm using more of it. I'm like, guys, stop watching YouTube. So I think last month I used about 30 gigs streaming. And I stream a lot. So if you're just gonna casually stream, you know, I think it's probably roughly about a half a gig an hour maybe. I'm gonna guess. That'd be interesting if someone did the analytics on that. Like gigs per minute. Here's where the cruise ship was that we saw from the, here. That's the cruise ship we saw. Or one of them. Too much traffic lights here. I like EDM, but man, doesn't all of it sound a little bit too much alike? They really need people need to do something else. Yeah, I know. Sorry. We're approaching the part where you can... Why is this guy signaling people in? Something must be... Oh, some cab all kinds of cabs are coming over here. I wonder what's going on. Some kind of cab race? I do not know. Oh, I get it. I get it. That ship that we saw is getting ready to disembark. So there's a lot of cabs there to take people places. So where we are right now is where you go if you want to take a ferry to Alcatraz. It's Pier 33. People are waiting for it. If you're gonna go to Alcatraz, get your tickets early. Like when you plan your San Francisco trip, plan when you want to go to Alcatraz and get your tickets then, because they're not easy to get. Now we're approaching Pier 39. We're gonna go by pretty quick. I'm gonna try to drive slow, but just so you know, we're gonna go by pretty fast. So, here we go. Pier 39. I'm going to go slow for you. This is the aquarium of the bay. It's a super cool aquarium. If you want to go there, definitely go there, but do not pay retail. Look up. There's coupons everywhere for buy one, get one free, half price. So before you go to the aquarium of the bay, find a coupon. But it's a great aquarium. And if you live in here and you live in the city, it's one of the best membership deals you can get. It's like $150 a year for your family, and you can just go there all the time. And it's a small aquarium. It takes 45 minutes to an hour at tops to get through it. It's so cool. They do such a nice job. Okay, I'm gonna take the phone off and we're gonna drive by really slow. There's Pier 39, and I'm gonna guess your wife wants to see the sea lions, which I'm not probably gonna be able to help her do it out. But we have done that before, and we will do it again. I'll do it often. I love it. I could do it every day and be happy. And now we're coming down past Pier 39 into Fisherman's Wharf. Fisherman's Wharf is right next to Pier 39. And we're gonna drive right down the street here. And we've come here many times on my bike, and we hang out and we go to different cool stuff here. We've seen wow, that's a really good view of Alcatraz too. You can't really see it without a telescope. That's a good view. Take my word for it. You're welcome, Matt. Good, I'm glad you stuck around for that, buddy. Because I was like, I wonder if he's still here, or if I'm just doing this like, if it looks like I'm just doing this for no responsive reason at all. Here's the Bodine Bakery. This is a cool area. Look, you got like Rainforest Cafe and Madame Tussauds and fancy pants touristy Applebee's and the Mirror Maze from Ripley's Believe It or Not. And here's Fisherman's Wharf, old school Fisherman's Wharf. See that sign, Fisherman's Wharf. Coming into like where there's actually still fishing boats and stuff. The only In-N-Out burger in San Francisco is here. So if you're one of the people that needs to eat an In-N-Out burger if you come to California and you're stuck in San Francisco, come down to Fisherman's Wharf. You can get In-N-Out burger here. Thank you for the retweets and the likes. It's so sweet of you guys. I appreciate it. It does mean a lot to me because it means that, like, okay, I'm delivering a good experience. And I do like to know that I'm doing that. So thank you. I did put sunrise in San Francisco question mark because it looked kind of overcast and I wasn't sure if we were going to get to see the sun, and we kind of did, but my guess is that this is all going to burn off and we're going to have a sunny day. I kind of can feel that. You can kind of see it in the way the clouds are already starting to separate. This is still part of Fisherman's Wharf. Fisherman's Wharf area dead ends into something called Aquatic Park. Aquatic Park is part of the bay. It's a little area, it's like a little lagoon area where people go swimming, and there's a seating area, and there's a couple museums over there. This is a super cool area over here on the right is the Hyde Street Pier. I'll blast you down here for a second. Hyde Street Pier. There's like old ships down there. It's free and you can walk right through it. So I suggest you check it out. San Francisco Maritime National Historic Park. That's what it is. And let's go. I'm gonna make a right. See, looking up this street, this is a cable car street, which we will go up. But I just want to take you guys over here for a quick second so I can show you Ghirardelli Square. Here, that's a nice view of the bay. We're just gonna really quickly look up the hill to Ghirardelli Square. There it is right there. Ghirardelli. Chocolatier to the world. This is a cool museum I've never gone in. I really want to go in this museum. It's a maritime museum. It was under reconstruction forever, and I think it's open. I gotta go here. I'm gonna go here. Turning around so we can go up that street with the cable cars. And we're also gonna go by Buena Vista. It's called the Buena Vista Club. It's where they say the Irish coffee was invented. I guess it's whiskey and coffee in Kahlua. I've drank it a couple times. They claim that's where they invented it. All right, guys, real quick, look at the bay. In real life right now, it's super awesome. Thank you for the likes and retweets. That's really, really kind of you. And it really does mean a lot to me. It means I'm doing a pretty good job. At least that's what it makes me feel like. And I really appreciate that because I am trying my hardest. Ooh, check this out. Cable car coming down the street. We're gonna go out the window for this. Hi! Genuine San Francisco cable car. The DM Gross Splash Stream. Delivering value every day. We're gonna go up all the way up this hill. I'll just take this moment to say thank you. Thank you. Love you. Mwah. Here we go, up the street. Right on top of the cables. The street that we're going up, I think this is Hyde. Yes, this is Hyde Street. We can actually take this almost all the way up over to my house, which we probably should do. We're gonna cross San Francisco right on Hyde Street. Going up the hill. Somewhere, I'm sorry I missed that comment about somewhere around here. Is there really a steep stone hill somewhere around here? I'm sure there is. I think there's a bunch. Oh my gosh, you know what we can do? We're gonna do this right now. Watch this. Watch what we're gonna do right now. Folks, this is what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna go down Lombard Street, the other crooked street, from one crooked street to the other. We're gonna go down both of them. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going down Lombard Street. As soon as this guy gets out of the way. We're going down Lombard Street. Get out of the way, bro. I'm going, bro. Beep, beep. Stop, get out of the way, homie. I'm going down. Here we go. Lombard Street. We happen to be right on Lombard Street and we're going down it. If you stuck around with me, congratulations. This is the other crooked street and we can do a test. You see, this is nowhere near as crooked as Vermont Street. Vermont Street is so much more crooked. Look at this street. It's not even nearly as crooked. This street is like curvy. We got to think of another name for Vermont Street, like Angle Street. We got to wait for these tourists to get out of the way. That wouldn't be very good form to run over the tourists on Lombard Street. When we get to the bottom, I'll stick the camera back up so you can see it. Are you guys freaking out right now? Do a Steve McQueen from Bullet. I wish I could do a Steve McQueen from Bullet. This is Lombard Street, folks. This is the quote-unquote curviest street. Not really. Vermont Street, where we're going to have our big wheel race today, is much... Wow. How horrible would it be to live on this? It'd be awesome and horrible. I'd probably love living on this street. I would just stand out front and talk to these people all day long. Did you know that? Blah, blah, blah. Did you know this is actually not the... This is not the curviest street. I'm just saying. Should we just sit here one day and be like, this is not the curviest street. This is not... No, Vermont Street. No, you can't even get over there easily. I would suggest you get in a cab and you go to Vermont Street if you really want to say you want... Nah, I'm not going to blow these people... I'm not going to burst these people's bubbles. Well, one thing I will tell you about Lombard Street, it is a longer street. There's more turns. So maybe you could say, oh, there's more turns. You can see there's red brick. I can't believe you guys aren't freaking out right now. I'm totally freaking out that we just stumbled onto this. That's it. The DM Gross Splat Stream, delivering value every day. Okay, now real quick, to get to the bottom, I'm gonna show you what it looks like from looking up. Ready? That's what it looks like, looking up. And all the tourists. Hello. All right, we out of here, folks. We have so many curves. Hi, Cora. Did you see that, Cora? That was a pleasant surprise. I really was not planning that. It just kind of happened. The curviest street, second curviest street. We went from this ride started on the curviest street, and we just did the other curviest street. If I was poetic, I would end this right now, but I'm not. Up the ladder. You got anyone? Feel free to catch this. It's fine. I'll be happy to save it. I don't care. Ah, Dot had 2 weeks. Wonderful. Now you know what to do, huh? Oh, you're welcome. I'm freaking out too. That was awesome. That was awesome. We just stumbled onto it. Like, it's weird. Like, I never think to go to Lombard Street, but every once in a while I'll get near it. I'll be like, well, I'm near it. I have to go down it. I can't not go down Lombard Street. I mean, what's the point of living here if you don't go down Lombard Street when you're near Lombard Street? It's like, why not? It's so beautiful. That time of year right now, there's not a lot of flowers blooming, but when there's flowers blooming, it's nuts. You can just look on, just do a Google image search and see how beautiful that street looks at times. But we did it. We did go down it. I hope I'm not like stealing money from San Francisco because people are like, I don't have to go. I've seen that already. I'm going to guess that's not the case. I'm going to guess more people are going to be like, wow, I got to go to San Francisco. So I think I'm going to, if the mayor starts screaming at me, I'm like, yo, I think I'm actually bringing more people to the city, not sharing all of our secrets and then people don't come. But I might need you guys to sign some kind of letter if the mayor comes after us. Well, I'm pretty much done because I don't really know what else to do now that we did Lombard Street. We can go this way. Let's go this way. This is Washington Street, and Washington Street also has cables from cable cars. So this is probably going to take us right through Chinatown, and then maybe right down Montgomery Street, so that we can go to see the pyramid. We're coming up on the pyramid. Actually, you should be able to see the pyramids soon. Yo, this is like a Rice-A-Roni commercial. Hi. Check it out, folks. Pyramid straight ahead. Yeah, I'm kind of freaking out because I just feel awesome right now because that was so awesome. Look at this hill. Holy tamale. Whoa, freewheeling. No, I'm slowing down. I'm not going to do that. That seems very dangerous. So I'm going to slow down. Some kind of strange construction up there. We should be okay. I don't think I have a stop sign. Hi, buddy. So I'm just going to go down the other hill. Vermont Street. What about Vermont Street, bro? Crooked Street in San Francisco? I know. You and I know. We know. Cable car coming out on us any second. Look at that, guys. He's happy. He's cold. Did someone say where is the big wheel race? It's right now at 7:45 in San Francisco, California. However, I can take curvy streaks for granted. I probably need to start heading home. I feel like I'm in that zone where it's like if I'm not home soon, my kids are going to be like, where's Daddy? We're going to torture Mommy now. I don't want that to happen. So probably here I'll make a right after I get you right up on this cable car. Maybe this guy will wave to us. Hey, buddy! How are you? How are you doing? Great. A little cold today, huh? Too cold for us. He's looking at me like, what's with this guy? It's cool. Just saying hi. I'm showing my friends. My friends are watching. Can you wave to them? Yeah. We're gonna follow him up the hill. Get cable car operator to wave to my Pier family. Check. What else is there to do, guys? Oh, you're welcome. Luckily for me and for you guys, I don't have to look at the screen because I'm looking at the real life. Because if I was looking at the screen, we'd be in trouble. Bye, Charlie. He looked at me very suspiciously, didn't he? He's like, this guy gonna hurt us? What's this guy gonna do? He was like, I'm dialing 9-1. Let's see what he does. And then he was like, I'm showing my friends. And he was like, I got it now. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do Haight-Ashbury, but not today, UK, but for sure. Good call. That's a killer call. I would love to do that. You know what I want to do, UK? I want to ride my bike there. That would be awesome. Or when Sarah's in school, her school's not far from there, maybe we'll just go over there. I'll park over there. Or maybe I'll take her there after school one day and we'll have a nice time. Yeah, definitely. Haight-Ashbury's definitely on the agenda. No question about that. You have to be careful over here because it's like all these do not turns are everywhere. I've gotten a ticket up here. I'm very paranoid about driving over here. And getting a ticket's not so bad in California if you haven't gotten a ticket in a while, because it's like you do this thing where it's like you just go to a class and you pay a fine, but it's still not awesome. You don't get points in your license, which is great. You get like basically one get out of jail free card every 16 months. So if you don't get too many tickets, okay, here we go, big hill. Big hill. Passing that trolley. Get right up on him. Now he's all showing off for the camera. You see that? He's showing us the brakes. Look at him. Smoke. Watching the camera. Thanks, buddy. You're giving a good show. Yeah. Love San Francisco. We're entering into Tenderloin/Theater District. If you want to be hip, you call it the Tenderloin. If you're selling real estate over here, you call it Theater District. And it dumps right into Union Square, ladies and gentlemen. I'm taking you right to Union Square. Basically, there's nothing else to see in San Francisco. Now you can really go into your Easter day, Easter Sunday, or if you're already on the other side of the world, your Monday, knowing that you can check off your visit San Francisco on your checklist today, because, ladies and gentlemen, we've done it all. I literally don't know what else to do except see a big wheel race later today. Other than a big wheel race later today, Haight-Ashbury, we're going to say that for another day. Bye, Minda, Max, thank you for everything, too. Okay, I need to get home, guys, or I'm going to have annoyed family. But haven't we had a fun date? This has been a great date. I'm going to head home now. I can't even go down Vermont Street. I got to go home. Japan Blang. Japan building? You mean Japantown? Yeah, we can check out Japantown. Japantown is quasi interesting. I know, Cora. I'm loving it too. Oh, you guys are so welcome. I'm happy. Sharing is caring, and caring is love, and I feel the love, so thank you. I think I should get my family some awesome breakfast. That will make them happy. We're kind of in Passover, so I would normally get bagels, but I don't know if I'm not supposed to do that. I don't know how my wife feels about me getting bagels during Passover. I gotta ask her. So it can't be bagels. I can just make them breakfast. I need coffee though, I know that. I think I'll just go to the neighborhood for coffee. Wow, what a drive. I'm kind of tired from it. Good morning, Jeff. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Oh, wonderful, wonderful thank yous. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, there's no more reason to retweet. I'm going to wrap this up soon, so I just feel bad if we dragged more people in now. I'd say I'm probably going to have to shut down in about 5 more minutes of driving around. I'm going to cut through here, stop somewhere for a coffee, and then I bid you adieu until this afternoon, about like 3 o'clock or something like that, where we're going to be broadcasting from the big wheel race on Potrero Hill. down the curviest street in San Francisco. Jeff, we just went down Lombard Street, dude. We had an amazing morning, Jeff. We drove over to Treasure Island, and we looked at San Francisco from Treasure Island. And then we came back and we drove to Fisherman's Wharf and hung out over there. And then we drove where cable cars are and stuff. Yellow. And then we just drove down Lombard Street, and now we're heading back to my side of town. How are you, Jeff? Good morning. Greetings from New York. Greetings to New York from San Francisco. Once again, if you know how to use the alleys in this town, you'll be slightly better off. Only slightly, but you will be better off. Alleys are there's a couple of tricks in San Francisco driving. One is always try to continue in the direction you're going and avoid traffic. Number one. So you can turn and weave and, whoa, some crazy stuff going on there. You can turn and weave, but stay in the direction you're going and avoid traffic. Number two is learn the alleys. The alleys are your secret. The alleys are the way you get places where other people are waiting in lines. Those are the secrets to driving in San Francisco. And go through yellow lights. Now we're approaching AT&T Park. I'm guessing that some of this is starting to look familiar to some of you. We're approaching the dojos on the right. We're going to be going right by the home of the Founders Dojo. I always peek in to see if the lights are on. It looks dark. Don't think anyone's there now. There's the dojo right there in that building. And unfortunately, Smalls, which is a great coffee shop, is closed on Sunday. But, ooh, Phil's. Let's hit Phil's if I can find a spot. Phil's is always a yum-malicious coffee. Ah, Jeff is on a train. Cool. I can't read the other one, but I'll read it as soon as I stop driving. But I did see that you're on a train. Well, we're approaching AT&T Park, home of the world champion San Francisco Giants. I'm not trying to rub that in. It's just an appropriate adjective. World champion. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're better than your team. I'm not saying that they're going to win the world championship again. I can say that they have won 3 world championships since 2010, but I'm not saying anything about the present. I'm just talking about their accomplishments over the last few years, and I'm also not saying anything negative about your team. I'm just saying that they are technically, for now at least, the world champion world champion San Francisco Giants. They used to be in New York. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Jeff. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're better than the Mets, who I don't think have won a World Series in the last few years. And I don't think I've won 3. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they're better than the Dodgers. I mean, if you want to say they're better than the Dodgers, you can totally say it. I am not saying that. I'm just saying that they're the world champion San Francisco Giants, which means that they won a championship that the Dodgers didn't win. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not criticizing I'm not criticizing the Dodgers or any other team. All right, I'll stop that. Our malls are open all the time. Yeah. Not overnight though. They close 10 o'clock. Ah, Jeff, you're heading back. Caprice, did you happen to see Treasure Island when we drove over there? It was pretty awesome, I thought. Good views of the city. We're approaching the end of our trip here. I'm going to go into Phil's, which is like the super hip coffee company in San Francisco. I'm going to snag some kind of parking spot. This is a very hard place to park, but sometimes you just have to figure it out if you need a coffee, and I do need a coffee. Is that a spot? Kaboomy boom boom, we got a spot. And then after this, I'm gonna probably say adios. It's 8 o'clock, man. Those kids are up and about. I can guarantee you that. Going mobile. Whew. Maybe we should just say our goodbyes now, huh? Is this a baseball team? Okay, I'll take you with us. I'll take you with me to get coffee. Go to the ghetto. There's no ghettos in San Francisco. I'm sorry. The ghettos are wherever the homeless people just fall asleep. That's what it is. It's so expensive in this city, you can't even have a ghetto. The people that would normally be in a ghetto are forced to wander the streets with all of their goods in shopping bags and shopping carts. And I'm really not being facetious. Basically, the people that are in poverty in San Francisco are young people that are coming here to create their lives. That's the truth. This is like, the poor people here are like a poor people in a college town. Over the last 15 years, most working poor, there's really not a place for them here anymore. That's a sad truth. You can't even afford crappy places here unless you're been here for an extremely long time, because there is rent control, so that helps some people. And there is public housing, and that's true, there's public housing. But there's no ghettos. Public housing is pretty integrated into every community. So, and as are the people in public housing. And it's very diverse too. There's people from all types of all walks of life. Some artists, stuff like that. Kind of be cool in here. This is a totally San Francisco coffee shop. I have a move where I hold my wallet on my phone so it doesn't look like I'm doing anything, so just be cool here. Because I don't want to freak people out like, hey, you're on film. Oh, you don't know what I'm doing? This is an NSA thing. I mean, it's not an NSA thing. Hi. Hi. May I get a large ether light on the cream? And that's it, no sugar?
You got it.
Thanks.
No problem. Good ether, a large ether.
Get the kids something from here. Chocolate croissants or so. Spinach feta croissant. Hi, I got a large ether, and can I get 2 chocolate croissants, please? Nope.
Hey, Marge, what do you think?
Thank you. That's a cool sweater too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Guatemala. I forgive you, Cora. Hi, Seattle. Hi, Guatemala. Just waiting for our coffee. There are tent communities, homeless encampments all over the place. I do have limits on my phone, but it's a pretty big limit. Korwa Fi Lurwang Island style. Don't know what that means, UK, but I'll look it up when I get home. Yes, you may ask me a question, Ayers. 1 hour in San Francisco. Gotta go to the spot, sweet spot, spotty spot, sweet spot. Yes, it's a baseball team on. No, we don't really have a gang problem. We have a startup problem. We don't have a gang problem. I'm just kidding. Yes, there's gangs of young, intelligent kids running around looking like they need haircuts. No, I'm just joking. I'm just being silly. It's all good. Yeah. That's a cute doggy. Coffee. Yeah, I'm from Baltimore, and my family's, I was the first generation born in Baltimore. Everyone else is from Brooklyn, so I kind of still have a lot of that. I have a very obnoxious accent that's half Baltimore, half New York, and like a sprinkling of San Francisco. That's me. Thank you.
Yeah, make sure it's perfect.
I'm sure I will though. Delicioso.
Awesome.
You have a great day. Happy Easter. Bye-bye. Oopsie. Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Nice to see you. Hey, you. You're so cute. Hey, guys. Well, at least I'm coming home with a couple chocolate croissants. So I probably bought myself... Oh, no. My coffee just spewed out of the lid. That was weird. My hands are very full right now. I can't do anything other than hold my phone at chest level with my coffee in my right hand and 2 chocolate croissants under my arm. So, sorry. It's gonna have to hang with me. Can someone grab this from me, please? I mean, come on, there's like 40 hands here. Oh, not real? Rats. Guys. Ben, I need a hand feature. Hands-free meerkating, please. There's McCovey Cove through there. I know un poco Spanish. My children speak Spanish much better than me. I can like sort of say, you know, basic like, hola, como está, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I don't really. I grew up back east. We don't learn languages back east, only English. When my kids speak Spanish, they won't speak it to me, but they speak it. They speak it to each other and they speak it to their teachers. And they understand everything, but they will refuse. That's like a phenomenon. It's not just me. Something about like when kids start learning a language, they won't share it. It's so weird. And it's something about the fact that they know that we don't speak it, so they're like, why do I talk to you in Spanish? You don't understand what I'm saying. Because it's cool and I want to hear you speak Spanish. I don't care what you think is cool, Daddy. I care that when I'm saying something, you know what the hell I want. Okay, buddy. Just humor me. It's not funny. I got something called an ether with light cream. Phil's coffee has a bunch of different flavors, bunch of different beans. It makes 1 cup at a time. Every cup of Phil's coffee is like a unique meal. Phil's is probably coming to your neighborhood near you. They just raised $15 million for expansion. All right, folks. Now I'm heading home, and for reals, when I hit my garage, I gotta say goodbye. I really, my wife really not be happy with me, and I don't like when my wife's not happy with me. I like when my wife is happy with me. Then it's fun. If she's not happy with me, I feel sad. I don't like sad. I like happy. And then we'll see each other in a few hours for the big wheel race. That should be awesome, because I don't know what kind of trouble we're gonna get into. I don't even know what's gonna go down there. It's gonna be nuts. You know me, I'm gonna be like trying to go where I'm not supposed to go and make sure you guys get a good view. I'm gonna be playing the press angle. Everyone chill, everyone chill, everyone chill. Thank you. And that's happening, I think, about 3:30 our time, 3:30 California time. So probably about 7 hours from now. So between now and then, who knows what's gonna go down. Maybe you'll see me again. I don't know. I just don't know. I like the beginning of the month though, because my data plan resets, so I feel like I have forever with you guys. And now we're heading back to my house. I'm gonna stop here so this train doesn't hit me. Old school style. Alrighty, right. Let's get out of here. Alright, as we're approaching the end of our journey together today, the morning journey, I'd just like to say thank you guys so very much for hanging out. I love this narration that I get to do. It makes me happy. It gets out so much of my energy, and I feel like I'm spewing out love. That's a terrible sentence, but it's good. It's healthy for me, I feel. It just clears out the palate. So I want to thank you guys so much for letting me talk at you for so long and go on a little trip around San Francisco and enjoy some time together. And thank you, Cora. And I do have a lot of love for you guys. So I'm going to sign off now. Oh, no, don't retweet. Oh, you can like, but don't retweet because I'm shutting down. But thank you guys so much. And String Story, how are you? Please, no retweets. I'm getting ready to end this. String Story, you came in too late. We had a great trip. I felt like. I just say, I had a great date. I don't know, String Story, you can ask them, but I had a great date. And I would gladly go on another date with you guys. But I don't know, it's up to you. I'm not trying to pressure you into anything. But String Story, just to recap, we started the day, we drove down Vermont Street, which is the crooked street where the big wheel race is going to be today, because I wanted to get a sense of like where I could camp out. Then I was like, well, I got to show you guys an amazing view of the city. So then we drove to Treasure Island, and we saw San Francisco from Treasure Island, which is really cool. And then we came back to the city. We drove by Fisherman's Wharf, and then we went up a hill. We saw Ghirardelli Square. Then we went up a hill with a cable car next to us, and then we drove down Lombard Street. And then we drove back around through the city, and I just got coffee. But anyway, I got to go. I love you all so much. It was super duper fun. Check out the big wheel race today. I hope it goes